Good morning, sunshine. Welcome to Morning Inspiration with Friends with our host, Miss Inspiration. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe as you sit back and listen.
Welcome. Happy Friday. We are here. I am Tanisha. This is Morning Inspiration with Friends. And I'm just happy to be here. Still not 100%, but I feel better when I'm here with you. So I hope you know and feel that love that I have for everyone. See the little holiday theme. Yes, we're trying to get into the holiday spirits. Next week is Christmas. Just a heads up, next week will only be Monday and Tuesday. And then we will only do Monday and Tuesday of the following week. So it's going to be a lot of replays, but your girl needs to rest, right? I need to rest. I need to enjoy the holiday season. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. So today I really want to talk about something that we talk about quite often here. We talk about making changes in our lives, unlearning things that are not serving us, that's not helping us and benefiting us in any capacity. And so, what I want to talk about instead of giving you things to add, right? We always adding things, add new goals, add new this, get a new this, make more money, right? A lot of us really need to get into the space of subtracting. This might be the time in these last couple of days of 2025. And as you prepare and you go into January of 2026, start thinking about what is one thing that you can stop doing that can add value to your life, right? And it doesn't have to be things like stop drinking sodas, which is beneficial if you are a person that drinks a lot of soda. Um, but it could literally just be anything. Stop thinking negative thoughts. Stop getting lost in imaginary scenarios that you are creating in your mind, right? There are so many different things that people technically do, they do on a daily basis that they actually need to stop. So I don't want you to only focus on like tangible things, things like, oh, I need to stop drinking soda. I need to stop smoking cigarettes. Those things, if that is a goal of yours, absolutely, definitely stop it. But I want you to really think on a bigger scale. I want you to think on things that you are dealing with internally that you are not addressing, right? So we are constantly being overloaded by society. They're always trying to get us to add new things, add more, add more, add more. And this is where a lot of people are really struggling because they are really stuck. And they're stuck because they feel like they're not doing enough. And quite frankly, some of you might be doing too much. Okay, you might be doing too much. So this is the reason why we're having this conversation. What is it something that you have to actually stop? And in theory, stopping doesn't necessarily mean that you're no longer doing it, but this could be a time that you might have to start delegating. Delegating might be the word for the end of 25 and as you entering 2026. Okay, so we always talk about adding more goals, we talk about more responsibilities, more expectations, more pressure. No, is there anything that you can actually start to delegate as far as like maybe responsibilities? I was reading a couple of posts on Threads. I'm on Threads a lot, so you follow me on IG and you are on Threads, follow me also on Threads. I'm also Tanisha Shanae over there. And someone was talking the other day about having she finally got a housekeeper, and she's like, I never realized how much more time I had when I took away this one task and gave it to someone else to do. Right. So she felt more peace. She felt she had more time. She had more clarity because she finally stopped trying to do everything. And she now took away one responsibility from herself. And now she delegated to someone else. So it could be something as simple as that. Right. So it's not always, like I said before, we're not always just looking at the big pictures of, the tangible things, the physical things. What are some of even the emotional things that is really bothering you that you know? Okay. Sometimes that when we subtract is really an act of trust, right? Self-trust. You trust yourself to say, you know what, I can no longer, I can do this in a way that is not going to overwhelm me, regardless of how other people feel. So when you stop to do something, you're saying, look, I trust myself enough to trust myself that I belong in a world of peace, a world of joy, where I'm not over explaining myself, right? A lot of us, we tend to do that. I used to do that a lot. I used to be a people pleaser too. And that was something I had to stop, right? Because it was not serving me. I was drained. They were getting everything and I was getting nothing, right? And so I had to realize that I had to stop that. So again, that's a perfect example for someone out there. You might be a people pleaser, and that might be the one thing that you might need to subtract. You might need to literally say, I have to stop doing this because I need my peace back, right? Comparing your journey to other people, right? That might be something that you might need to stop doing. Comparing is literally killing your joy. It's killing it because you are sitting here, instead of you focusing on your journey, where you're going, your goals, your skills, you're sitting worrying about the next person and what they're doing and how successful they are, right? So you have to maybe put that as a thing that you stop doing, being extremely intentional and saying, I'm not going to compare myself to anyone else. I'm only going to focus on my journey and stay at my journey. Another thing, and this is something that actually came up. I did a speaking engagement earlier this year, and one of the panelists that was with me, she actually said that this was like really great. She said that she had to learn how to stop saying yes out of guilt. And when she said that, that goes with the people pleasing. And I really understood. I resonated with that because I know for so many times I was like always saying yes to people when I deeply wanted to say no. That include parents, siblings, jobs. Like no, no is a complete sentence. No is an acceptable answer. So if you are the person that's constantly saying yes, and you know it does not bring you any joy, and you know that you feel guilt tripped into saying yes, then that might be the thing that you need to start working on. Start saying no. My sister taught me that. My sister started saying no a lot to like my mom, and my mom hates that. She hates when we say no to her. I'll be like, no is a complete sentence. And she was like, "Y'all so mean to me." It's okay. You will be okay. And so sometimes we have to start practicing that for our own self peace. Okay. Chasing clarity. I have like a list of different things that we need to stop doing. Chasing clarity instead of taking another step, right? And I gotta say, if you read the Bible, you probably read the book about, I think is Jonah. Was it Jonah? Or was it Gideon? I feel like it's my friend Gideon, because I have a lot in common with Gideon. We always asking for another. No, it's Gideon. Can you give me another clue? Can you give me another sign? Right? Instead of taking what you have and just start taking action, right? You're actually wasting time. You are delaying your progress. You are delaying the blessing, right? Because sometimes God will give you clear answers, and you're sitting here saying, "Oh no, God, give me another clue, give me another sign, and this is what you want me to do," instead of actually taking that step. That might be something that you might need to actually stop doing, right? And I still struggle with that sometimes. God will put something in my heart, and I'm like, God, give me a clear, bold, loud answer. If this is what you really want me to do. And I know that sometimes in the past, especially in the past, I have delayed some things. If you heard me talk about the blessing that I received to keep my place back in 2016, that was a delayed blessing, right? That was something that I delayed because God kept telling me what to do. And I went back and forth spiritually with him for a month before I actually took the step, right? So I probably could have avoided seeing a marshal's notice in my mailbox. I probably could have avoided another trip to the courthouse. I could have avoided a lot of different things if I would have taken the steps when I needed to take those steps. So again, sometimes we have all these clear answers, but we're not taking the clear steps. So take the step, right? Stop wasting time. Stop looking for another response. Hey, what are you doing over there? Okay. Stop forcing things that feel heavy for you. If this doesn't feel right, if your gut is telling you, because when your gut is telling you no, it feels heavy. You automatically start to feel 10 times heavier because it's like, no, you're not supposed to do this. So you are forcing something, although your body is telling you this is not the way to go. This is not the area we need to be in. So I don't know on that list that I just went that is going that you might need to do to start trusting yourself, because that's really what it comes down to. Everything that I just list are examples of things that you don't trust yourself. You don't trust the answers that you're receiving. You don't trust the instructions that you have been given. So you're sitting here and you are delaying it. And so you need to start subtracting these actions so that you can start to build the trust within yourself. If you go back, I have a video I did on human design, and human design is one of those things that really does help us as far as understanding what our body is saying and speaking to us so that we can make clear decisions. After this video, I will go back and I will put that here. I'm sorry that I don't have that, but this is something I really want you to think about. The last thing I want to do is stop creating spaces for alignment. Right? So what you stop doing makes room for what actually fits. So I want you to stop doing all the extra stuff so that you can create that space for alignment. You have to be in alignment. Alignment is a beautiful place to be in because it feels good. It doesn't feel forced. You're not overthinking, not unless you want to. I won't say that you won't overthink. If you are an overthinker and you have not worked on stopping yourself from overthinking, then you're probably going to still overthink. But I want you to get into that space of creating this space for alignment so that you can be in the best gentle space ever to take these actions. Because when you're in alignment, it is a gentle feeling. You do feel that softer life. When you start hearing people talk about they live in a soft life, especially if they're single, right? And they're talking about living a soft life as a single person, 9 times out of 10, everything in their life is probably in alignment. And that's why it's soft. So soft life is not only related to being in a romantic relationship and a man is treating you good and he's doing all these different things for you. And that's why it feels soft. Soft is also alignment. So I want you to realize that it's just that you're stopping something doesn't mean that you're necessarily, quitting it. You're just really refining it. You're really redefining your life as well. So if you stop one draining habit this month, what would that open up for you? If you were to stop one draining habit this month, the rest of this month, and let's tag on these days to January. So from now to January 31st, what would you open up for yourself? How would your life start to look? Right. So I really want you to think about this. I really want you to put some effort into understanding. I don't want you to add anything else to your plate for the rest of 2025 and for the first month of 2026. But I want to really ask you to do is find that one thing internally that whether it's over explaining, over giving, people pleasing, constantly seeking validation and clarification instead of taking actions, whichever one of those, if you were to stop doing one of those things this month, how would that protect your peace? Okay. And so I would like for you to come back. Come back by the end of January 31st. I'm inviting you back. And I want you to write and share with us one thing that you have stopped doing, maybe this week, maybe next week, no pressure, right? Everyone is not ready for change. But if you have one thing and you work very intentionally and you say, I'm going to stop doing this, how would that improve in your life? And I want you to share that because people need to know this. This is how we hold each other accountable because we're able to start taking those actions together. So I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae. Like I said, next week is going to be Monday and Tuesday. The following week is going to be Monday and Tuesday where we are, what's the face? I wonder, like, when people just come online and they just write insane things, like, what joy do you get out of that? Anyways, so next week, Monday and Tuesday, it will be live. Wednesday to Friday will be recorded. I'll probably do a pre-recorded Christmas message. I'll probably do that this weekend. And then the following week will be the same thing, Monday and Tuesday live, and then the rest of the week will be pre-recorded or replays. So we're going to end out the 2025 on a more gentle note, enjoying the holidays. Out here in Tulsa, we have different light shows. We have so many holiday displays, and I do want to go out and I want to actually enjoy that. So I hope you, if you are off, hope you enjoy your time off. And if you're still going to be working, I'm going to be working. That's not a problem. That's also a good thing. Hopefully it's going to be, a light ease, it's going to start to slow down. So that's what I'm excited about, that although I will have to be working some days next week and the week after, it's not going to be a heavy load because most people are on vacation. I just have to be available to help the faculty members. But hopefully you guys get some holiday activities going on. And if you're not based in the United States, share with us what it is that you would like. What share it? You said Brown, Virginia always does this. Also, Brown, Virginia. Okay. Well, tell Brown, Virginia we don't speak like that over here. Okay. You tell them we about positivity. Okay. Not chitlins and white, things. All right, guys. But thank you for chiming in with JB on that. And you Brown, Virginia too? But yeah, you guys have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday, 7 a.m. Central. And have a great time. Have a great weekend. That made me laugh. All right. Goodbye, guys. God loves you, and I love you as well.
Wow, Tanisha, that was a powerful message. I hope everyone was blessed by today's message. Listen, if you are not tuned in, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Meet us for morning inspiration with friends every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m.-ish CT time. See you next time, friend.